David, Laura, and Emily Harper seemed to live a dream life in Willow Creek, their smiles masking a chilling secret. But when David's forbidden obsession with his daughter spiraled into a dangerous affair, their perfect family unraveled, leading to a shocking betrayal and a cunning plan that no one saw coming. In the tranquil suburb of Willow Creek, nestled among tree-lined streets and cul-de-sacs, the Harper family was a local legend. David Harper, a 42-year-old accountant with a disarming smile, lived in a pristine two-story colonial home with his wife Laura, a part-time librarian, and their 16-year-old daughter, Emily. Their front yard boasted rose bushes and a white picket fence, a symbol of their seemingly flawless life. David coached Emily's high school soccer team, cheering louder than any parent, while Laura's homemade pies were the highlight of the annual neighborhood block party. Emily, with her auburn hair and straight-A report cards, was the star of the drama club and a favorite among her peers. Neighbors often saw the family laughing together on their porch swing, unaware of the subtle shifts unfolding inside. David's late nights at his downtown office became routine, blamed on tax season deadlines. Emily, once the life of every gathering, started skipping club meetings, her laughter replaced by a quiet unease. The Harpers' perfect facade was beginning to crack, hiding a secret no one in Willow Creek could imagine. As Emily entered her junior year, David's behavior toward her took a disturbing turn. What began as typical fatherly pride, beaming at her soccer goals or praising her school projects, morphed into an unsettling fixation. He insisted on driving her to school every morning, even when her friends offered rides, and lingered outside, her bedroom door at night, claiming he was checking in. Expensive gifts piled up in her room, a rose gold iPhone, a velvet jewelry box with a sapphire necklace, and a leather-bound journal engraved with her initials. Emily, craving her father's approval after years of his demanding standards, accepted. The gestures, though they felt excessive. David's obsession deepened in secret. He kept a locked black notebook in his briefcase, filling it with meticulous entries. The exact time Emily left for school, the songs she hummed while doing homework, even the scent of her lavender shampoo. He installed a motion sensor camera in the backyard, claiming it was for security, but used it to watch her during evening jogs. Laura noticed David's overbearing attention, his insistence on family dinners without guests, his irritation when Emily made plans, but dismissed it as a father's struggle with his daughter growing up. The truth was far darker, and the Harper household was inching toward a breaking point. One chilly November afternoon, a storm swept through Willow Creek, forcing Laura to rummage through the cluttered garage for a tarp to cover their patio furniture. While shifting boxes, she found a locked metal case tucked behind a stack of old tax files. Curiosity overcame her, and she pried it open with a screwdriver, revealing David's black notebook. The pages sent ice through her veins. Detailed entries chronicled his obsession with Emily, fantasies of whisking her away to a secluded island, plans to sabotage her friendships by spreading rumors, and chilling descriptions of watching her sleep through a crack in her door. Some pages included Polaroid photos of Emily, snapped unaware at the park or in their living room, glued beside cryptic poems about eternal bonds. Laura's hands trembled as she read his delusional claims that Emily sent him signals of affection, like smiling at his jokes. Reeling, she hid the notebook in a locked drawer in her study, torn between horror and the fear of destroying their family's reputation. She watched David closely, noting his lingering stares at Emily during breakfast, but couldn't bring herself to call the police. Meanwhile, Emily began to feel suffocated, her father's constant presence like a shadow she couldn't escape. Though she didn't yet understand the depth of his fixation, Emily's unease grew unbearable by spring. David's suffocating attention, checking her phone, vetoing sleepovers, even following her to the mall, made her feel like a prisoner in her own home. Desperate, she confided in her best friend, Sarah, during a hushed conversation in the school library. Sarah, horrified by Emily's accounts of David's behavior, insisted she leave immediately. They crafted a plan. Emily would pack a duffel bag with essentials and catch a late-night bus to Sarah's aunt in the nearby town of Maplewood, where she could hide until they figured out what to do. Emily spent days preparing in secret, stashing clothes and her savings under her bed. But David's obsession had honed his vigilance. He noticed her nervous glances and the faint outline of a packed bag under her desk. On the night of her planned escape, as Emily crept downstairs with her duffel, David was waiting in the darkened living room. Instead of confronting her, he revealed a chilling surprise: a remote cabin he'd bought in the dense forests of Blackwood County, 50 miles away. Claiming it was a father-daughter retreat to reconnect, he drove her there that night, locking her phone in the glove box. The cabin, a dilapidated structure surrounded by towering pines, had no Wi-Fi, no neighbors, and bars on the windows. Laura, waking to find Emily's bed empty, searched David's office and found a receipt for the cabin. Heart-pounding, she called the police, providing the address and begging for urgency. Sheriff's deputies descended on the Blackwood County cabin at dawn, expecting a tense hostage situation. Instead, they found a scene that defied belief. Emily sat calmly by a crackling fireplace, sipping tea, while David lay unconscious on the floor, wrists and ankles bound with thick rope. Emily's composed demeanor stunned the officers. She explained her astonishing plan. Weeks earlier, suspecting her father's intentions, she had begun documenting his behavior. Sarah had slipped her a tiny hidden camera disguised as a keychain, which Emily used to record David's rants about their destiny together during their time at the cabin. Knowing she couldn't overpower him, Emily played along, feigning affection to lower his guard. On their third night, she crushed sleeping. Pills from the cabin's medicine cabinet into his coffee, tying him up once he collapsed. The camera footage, hidden in her shoe, was handed to the police, sealing David's fate. His trial revealed a jaw-dropping twist. David had been targeting other families across 3 counties, using his accounting job to befriend clients with teenage daughters, planting cameras in their homes to fuel his obsessions. Emily's evidence not only exposed his crimes against her, but also led to the rescue of 2 other girls. Willow Creek reeled as the man once hailed as a model father was unmasked as a predator, while Emily emerged as a hero whose cunning saved lives, forever altering the town's sense of safety.